Coronation Street spoilers, 5 theories on how Pat Phelan will exit the soap. After years of underhand dodgy dealings, not to mention the multiple murders, Pat Phelan's reign of terror on the Coronation Street cobbles came to an end on Good Friday, after the bodies of Andy Carver and Vinnie Ashford were found encased in cement. A fiery showdown saw long-suffering wife Eileen shove her murderous husband off a cliff upon discovering the truth, with viewers rejoicing as it appeared Phelan had plunged into a watery grave. But the street's most iconic villain since Richard Hillman proved he has more lives than a cat after the Cowery fans discovered that Phelan somehow survived the deadly dive, rising again on Easter Monday like some sort of mad, murderous Jesus. Nope, it seems it's going to take more than just the sea itself to kill off the world's dodgiest builder, who is now off licking his wounds with new pictures showing Phelan hiding out in a caravan and donning a beard as he plots his return. But with Coronation Street executive Kate Oates promising 2018 will be the end of Phelan, we've got a few theories of how we'll really be bidding goodbye to the iconic character. Phelan faces the music things worsened recently for Eileen when she was arrested by the police on suspicion of murder. And many of the Coronation Street residents have turned their back on their friend, with them suspecting Eileen knew more about her husband's crimes than she was letting on. In a small slither of hope in the current dunghill that appears to be her life, Eileen was released without charge after the Weatherfield police decided they didn't have enough evidence, odd, considering that don't usually stop them. But the nightmare is not over for Eileen, with the police telling her she needs to stay local as the case progresses. Could a twist of fate see Eileen in court for a string of crimes she didn't commit? Connor McIntyre, who plays Phelan, has previously admitted that the character does genuinely care for Eileen. But would Phelan, who has spent so long evading the law, really come to Eileen's rescue? Particularly after she tried to kill him? Somehow, we think not. Phelan deserves a more explosive exit than being found guilty in a string of courtroom scenes. And speaking of courtrooms, Anna Windass has her revenge in another of Phelan's vile schemes. CAF worker Anna Windass, who was embroiled in a bitter war with Pat after he sexually abused her, was sentenced to 5 years in prison when Pat framed her for pushing Sib Franklin off a ladder. Viewers last saw her sobbing and screaming that Pat was pure evil as she was sent down for GBH. But actress Debbie Rush has teased that those dramatic moments may not have been the CAF worker's final scenes. Could Anna's return be the final twist to the tale? Hostage Street. With the Britain's Got Talent live finals coming up, and Phelan having previous form in holding people captive, the Cowery supervillain could be prepared to return to the cobbles one last time to settle a few scores in an explosive week guaranteed to be watched by millions. Eileen, Gary, Tim and Faye could see themselves all at risk of Pat's wrath. Heck, Phelan's fearsome nature could see him easily hold the entire Rover's return captive should he want to. He even hinted to Eileen that he has her missing son Todd tied up somewhere before she booted him off the cliff in her rage. It is definitely a worthy storyline for the Cowery villain. But could Phelan's appetite for revenge really be strong enough to see him target the entire Cowery cast? Eileen finishes what she started. Cowery show bosses have teased for some time that Eileen plays an integral part in Pat Phelan's exit, but whether the mild-mannered favorite is capable of murder remains to be seen. Viewers have seen Eileen wailing that she married a monster, and we all saw the fury at which she reacted when Phelan teased that he knew where Todd was. She thought she had killed him once before. Will viewers be cheering come on Eileen once again as she delivers the final, fatal blow? 5. A good old-fashioned soap whodunit from EastEnders who shot Phil Mitchell? To Emmerdale a slightly less punchy who pushed Emma Barton off a ravine? A soap whodunit is a surefire way to keep viewers gripped. Phelan has no shortage of enemies amongst the Coronation Street cast, with even Liz McDonald, who has never personally suffered at the hands of the villain, admitting to pal Eileen that she didn't like him. Could another Weatherfield resident be prepared to finish Phelan off? Or could the soap make like the Orient Express and see everyone team up against the builder baddie? While we're remaining tight-lipped about what exactly happens when Phelan departs the cobbles for the final time, there is one thing we can let slip. It is going to be one of Coronation Street's most explosive exits yet. Pat Phelan, you will be sorely missed.